16 years on this planet isn't that long, but it's enough time to realize that something's terribly wrong. And believe me, I'm probably not the only one in the world who's wondering where all the faith in humanity is gone. Once upon a time, America was the most beloved and respected nation, but sorry, that's long gone because now we're a country striving for the slightest bit of appreciation. The crime rate is through the roof, but the roof is just a metaphor because over 600,000 U.S. citizens are homeless. Now I know what you're thinking. How is this bringing hope to the hopeless? Stay with me though. 5% of the nation is unemployed, and no matter how hard we try, this is something we can't afford to avoid. Honestly, the U.S. can't afford anything because we're close to $20 trillion in debt. The suicide rate is growing, almost 45,000 people a year to be clear, but most of us are too busy wasting our time listening to degrading music to hear. Don't click out though, you've made it this far. Our ecosystem's vastly dying and no one really seems to care until we run out of oxygen because there are no trees there. Why are there no trees, you ask? Well, that's because almost 6 billion are cut down yearly, only for the United States to turn around and sell them to other countries for money. The number of animals killed each year is hard to figure out. Between dog fights and animal testing and with trigger-happy zookeepers, it's really hard to figure out. But let's not forget about our daily horrors. Each American throws away 4.4 pounds of trash a day. So in total, 1.5 billion pounds of garbage completely down the drain. Reports show that 71% of U.S. citizens own smartphones. Maybe that's why communication is our nation's backbone. But when we get put in a place of unscheduled conversation, we look down at our phones to make it a less awkward situation. 38 billion bottles of water are used each quarter, but we aren't even thankful that we have clean water. Well, what about recycling, some say? That's just something we say we do to look good because, in all honesty, how many of you recycle every day? But hear me out. I'm not saying this to bash our nation, and I'm not talking down on either generation. I'm saying this to raise awareness to our nation and our planet. And we need to teach our children and our neighbors not to take it for granted. Because if we keep on with growing crime rates and homeless associates, with unemployed citizens and debts that have done nothing but risen, people taking their own lives away, and equality that doesn't even meet halfway, if we continue to dump chemicals into our seas and burn and chop down all of our trees, if we push forward with the greediness of human beings and kill all of our beautiful wild things, if we continue to throw so much trash out and walk past conversations without a doubt, then we will sadly be the last generation that this earth has ever seen. But this doesn't have to be our tragic fate. We can start tomorrow with a clean slate. We can pick up this nation from the ditch and have America once again singing in perfect pitch. Because we control our own tomorrow. And we will be great if we choose to see the sun and not the shadow. Listen people, what is going on, it doesn't have to be for good. Just think, how would you change the world if you could? Now take that idea and run with it. Since it's your own creation, you don't need a script. You can change the world today and tomorrow with no holding back and no sorrow. Making the world a great place to live and a great place to be. Always remembering that we are the land of the free. So say what you think is best, and don't give up, and don't rest, because you can be the change in our nation, and we can be the beginning of a new generation. But I've only been around for 16 years though, so what do I know?